What is going on, everybody? We are here for another replay analysis, and this time it is the Daddy-O Grand Champione. Woo! And you're probably looking at the button thinking, wow, there's a lot of goals and stuff there. Yes, there is. That's why I picked this replay. Grabbed this off ballchase.com. Just grabbed it because it was the highest scoring replay. I haven't seen this myself, but we're actually going to do what we did with twos last week because we didn't have a specific player that wanted a replay analysis of that rank. We decided to just look at a really high scoring game and break down why those goals happened and how we could prevent it. And I think that's a cool thing to do. So let's look at this one. Well, it's pretty much, we got the kickoff here. Disadvantage on the kickoff. Oh, always difficult, isn't it? Yeah, always difficult when you get a disadvantage on the kickoff. But look at that recovery, and you got to say fair play to Bin Salem. Still decent there because he's got the bump. What's he going to do now? This is still decent. And there's the goal. Oh, look at that. Bin Salem, who was in a vulnerable position at the start, ends up getting the goal. So let's have a look why they got the goal. Guys, and I always say it, everything's the same. Everything's the same. Let's have a look at this. What caused this goal here? What don't we do? We don't do that, do we? We don't just randomly flip into people's corners. That might have been a mechanical touch, but still, look at that. You jump and dive into the corner, and it's a goal. So let's have a look at this. Well, here we go. This is perfect. So he's Grand Champ. Now, this is Grand Champ, guys. Now, don't take this the wrong way. A Grand Champ, you're probably not going to be consistent in the air. Unless you focused on it, unless you were a freestyler, you're probably not going to be consistent in the air, and that's okay. That's fine. And maybe you can use these games to get better at them if you really don't care about rank or do scrims, or just do training. That's fine, you know. Sometimes you got to open the game up a little bit. But if you're talking about just winning, if you just want to win, you don't want to be doing this. If you don't have it down, we've been through this before, so there it is. What's that? It's the turnover of the possession. A lot of the times when this happens, it's because players want to go for flip resets. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, right here, they're in a decent... If they stop air rolling, they've actually got a good hitbox on the ball. So they could just continue to boost. They got 61. They could probably go for the top right corner. But because they go like this, you see now they're leaning backwards. That tells me they were looking for a flip reset. But they just didn't have the ability to get it. And that'll be another open net. So, are we going to see an outplay, or are we going to see just open nets given? Well, I don't know. Well, that was a good 50. That was a good finish there. Let's have a look at this one. I mean, where was the mistake here? I'm going to tell you. You win the kickoff. You get the boost. This is good. This is good. Take your time. Take your time. You've hit the ball before you know where they are. You've hit the ball before you know where they are. Look at this. Stop, right? Just come up behind the hitbox of the ball in the safety. Have a look around while you're doing so if you've got the ability. And just sit here for a second, see what they're doing. If they come to challenge the ball, if they turn, so right here, this is a great position to be in, by the way. So if Saddam comes and turns here, that's when you go, okay, you try and get under the ball and lift it over the top of them into the net. If they drive off for that boost, that's also fine. So if Saddam goes to the boost, that's fine. All we've got to do is come down with the ball. And now we can take it laterally. And now we've opened up the game. But what we definitely never want to do is we don't want to hit the ball before we know anything that's going on. Because here, we've hit the ball forward away from ourselves towards their net, and then this is a 50-50. We always want to avoid 50s where we can by smart play. Sometimes you're forced into a 50-50, but these are the ones you don't want. The reason you don't want this one, this is what I call like a stretching 50. See, they're both stretching for this 50. It minimizes the percent chance of someone guaranteed to win. The reason they're reaching is because Bin hit the ball away on their first hit, and therefore they don't get as good at a hitbox, all because of this, and now they're having to reach across. You see, they don't get a good hitbox on the ball. Could have been prevented if they didn't hit the ball so hard at the start. Alright, let's have a look at this one then. Good speed flip there, grabbing the boost. Taking it and moving around. There it is again. I mean, a very nice goal here by Saddam. But let's look at what they were seeing here. That's the bit that killed him. That's the bit that killed Bin here. This there. That's the bit that killed him, because right in this position now, there could actually be a flick over the top of him and that's a goal. But instead, see, and he knows that. So see how he has to do this tight turn, which now opens this up and gives a lot of space here. So what could he have done differently? Well, he's done a good job with the boost. Great. Sit there for a second. Let's just see what happens if we just sit here for a second. Just sit here for a second. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look, I'm here, right? So if there's a shot to the front post here or anything like that, I'm able to come out and defend it because my nose is facing towards the opposite side that I am. Okay. If Saddam then turns, I mean, you've always got to be ready to go, because at any time he could get closer and closer and just snap a shot to the right. But that's why we judge things here. Okay, now I might start coming out, and then I'm going to come around, and I'm going to be okay. So it was actually that fake challenge here that did it. And that was great movement by Saddam here to take the ball lateral. Look at this. Comes around, takes it lateral. Now we've opened up options. In all fairness, it probably would be better now for Bin to realize what Saddam did with his little lift right there. He should have challenged that. He should have challenged that. It would have probably been his best bet, because now he knows. But this is the thing. When you get to Grand Champ, you're going to get beaten with these little things. You know, it happens. It's hard to read. Players now, they've got more skills, which means more options. So we look at this now and we think, okay, next time we'll probably dive straight away just to mix it up, because these are things that happen quite a lot. So let's just skip ahead. Good save there. Look at this. Last thing we saw was the player turn. He just flipped the ball in the air. We don't know where the ball is. We don't know where's the player. Where's the ball? So once we hit this, we got to focus on what's going on. We're just looking away. So that's just a turnover of possession. We just didn't know what's going on. Here comes the aerial play. There's the flip reset. There's the finish. Great shot. Now, what was the mistake here? Looks, Saddam did a good job here. This is great. Don't come off there, because you don't know what he's going to do yet. You don't know what he's going to do yet. He's already got the first touch, so the power shot's not... I mean, I wouldn't be this far in the corner, but you'd want to be about here. Stay here for a second. Now, this is a perfect situation where if you're in this position, you can actually drive up onto the ceiling like this. And now the cool thing is, if you're on the ceiling, you can either jump down, and if you jump down and you're here, you can just do a side flip into it. So if you mess it up on the jump down, your flip can usually take it there. Or you can literally come up, drive onto the ceiling, come back down onto the backboard, and be in this position. And sort of like, as you come down, you want to, as they're coming down as well, you always want to sort of try in these situations to get goal sides. You always want to try and be in that position. Okay, it's not easy. Great offensive play. So that was the first really good offensive play that we've seen, which ends in a goal. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Shot goes on. Let's keep the momentum. They grab the boost. Perfect touch from Bin. And that's it. So it just shows you sometimes grabbing that corner boost can be fatal, because it opens up the middle. And this is why that corner boost is like your best friend and your worst enemy. So if we look at this from Saddam, they don't look at the interaction. Big thing that we saw last time is looking at the interaction. What do I mean when I say interaction? Well, either when the player hits the ball or something happens. For example, it hits a surface. Now we need to know what happens to this ball now. We need to know how it bounces. We need to know if Bin got a hit on it. We need to know what's going on. Did it bounce away? Did it bounce to the left? Are they going to do a lap? Like, we need to know, because something important's happened. We just missed the vital part. Now it's already too late. So keep your eye in ball cam when there's an interaction and it's important. Good kickoff. That's going to be a kickoff goal. I mean, we've covered kickoffs before, but you can just look at this. Who's more central on the ball? They're off to the far left side. They're more central, so therefore they can get it in. Just slightly off center is what you want to be. This is a deep... This is dangerous in itself, right? Being this... Not knowing where the player is. Bin's coming in, and you just sort of like lingering under the ball, and then wham, that could have been much more deadly if they would have got a cleaner contact than that. So this is a lot of frantic... See this frantic boosting? Look for a demo. Don't go for the boost. You got 35 boost. Protect. Get goal side. Get goal side. We need to be here. Because there's a threat. They could literally just snap a shot on. We don't want to be here. We want to be here. Ah, look. Now they come to me and I've got the challenge. Okay? Positioning allows that. Positioning allows them to come to you and make the challenge. Instead, look at the rush. This is a rush. Now I want this boost, but I don't need it. Now I'm going to rush back. I'm rushing. And it's harder for me to react when I'm rushing around like this. And now I've got very little boost. Great flick away. Got to say that. Brilliant flick. But that's it. It's already over. Why is it already over? We had 5 boosts. Great first flick. And it all came down to this boost grab. But even if you're going to lose the boost grab, you know, this is a situation where you need to sort of stop your car. Or if you do jump like this, backflip straight away. Backflip into a half flip to try and kill your momentum. But it's already too late. So this is what it comes down to. A lot of time it comes down to that boost grab. So now we've got to back it up. When it comes to this, we've got to back it up. Alright, at one point in time we had 100 boost. So what happened here? What happened to this 100 boost? Look, right? Look at this. We're supersonic. We know where we need to go. We need to get goal side, sorry. Now I'm boosting. I'm gonna boost. I'm boosting. I've got 5 boost. That was a waste of boost. Nothing was gained. And now I've got no boost. Got the 12, which I used to try and get to that. Now it's already too late. So when it happens like that, we take it back. Okay? Big mistake there was boosting when you're supersonic. Don't worry so much about boosting to grab boosts. Okay? Focus on getting into a solid fundamental position. That'll be more valuable for you. I don't believe it. This guy's surely not done it again. Oh my days, he has as well. That's unbelievable. That was a complete mess up by Bin Saddam. If you just hit this ball, but look at this. Again, out of the interaction. And now we're in the corner again. Constantly going for the corner. This Saddam's big weakness is going for this corner boost. Doesn't need to do it. Then looks for the demo. Manages to get back in time. But taking himself out the play repeated times. And that's it. So he took himself out the play. Okay. For the 100 boost. So let's see what he does with his 100 boost. Comes to a demo. Goes back to supersonic. Why are we boosting it for supersonic? Don't boost it for supersonic. So that's another thing. Don't see. And this is the great part about this. What I love about the game. But even at the top level, Grand Jam. You know, this is the level everyone always wanted to get to. Grand Jam. And I think that's a throwback from, you know, when it used to be Grand Jam with the highest rank. And it's a massive achievement getting Grand Jam. It's not easy. You know, you're the top level of players. But even at Grand Jam, you still see people boosting in supersonic. And then give the ball away. Look at this. Supersonic gets control of the ball. Bam! Well, why are we hitting their way? Because they've got a boost advantage. You've just saw Bin Saddam get 100 boost. So the last thing we want to do is hit the ball to them. In that situation, soft touch. Get control of it. Now we're giving it away. It's more volatile. And now look. Hit the ball away. And we're moving forwards. But we don't know what the interaction is going to be. It's similar to what you see people doing too. They're moving forward, but we don't know what's going to happen yet. So now we got to backpedal. And now that's a mechanical misplay. But to be honest, I don't think there was much that could have been done there. So you can see moving around fast is good, you know. As long as you keep the possession, as long as you do something with it. Great little shot there. Nicely done. It's a great kickoff from Saddam. That's a good fake. But just moving a little bit too far forward here. So look. There's a great fake. This is a great angle they've got their nose at. But we're going to slow this down. I mean, this is, you know, and people are going to say, but really? Because is there anything he could have done that? Yeah, there is. There actually is, believe it or not. Now look. There. That's the mistake. Look at this. That's the mistake. Because the nose is facing here. It looks like he's going to drive here. Which is great. To get to this position. To give him what? More time to react. Because there's a shot coming in. Instead, the turn starts to happen. Remember what happens. The turns equal less ticks available on the ball. So now, if we hit this again, you can see that they're so much further forward from the net. All right, well, actually over here, even longer. When they could have been here. They could have been here. And then if they'd have more time to see. Actually, it's not as dangerous. You're probably thinking, I'm absolutely off my head because there's no way you'd be able to react to this. But let's just run it. Let's just run it. Fly cam. in this position. So we missed the boost here, we come here. I don't need to be able to see. And remember, we got momentum. Obviously, we're going to have better vision. Do we have more time to react there? Do you feel confident? If I'm in ball cam and I'm here, do you feel confident you can save that? I think you can. I'm pretty confident you could save that. All right, let's have a look at this one. Looks like it could be another kickoff goal. Fake kickoff there from Saddam. And that's going to be off and on. Oh, mechanical mistake there. But what was the real mistake, guys? Doesn't know where the player is. Doesn't know where the player is. And if you don't know where the player is, the last place you want to be is on the outside of the ball. This could have very easily gone straight to net here because you're on the outside position of the ball. So if you ever lose a vision of the opponent, or you ever think you're going to lose vision of the opponent, you want to be either here or sort of here. You want to be blocking the instant threat to the net. And it's going to cause a spill out, sure, that might go towards your net. But also, it might give you time to react and get back. You know what I mean? Whereas here, this can go straight that way or over the top into the corner in. Either way, we're not behind the hitbox. We can't really see anything. We're going to play it again just to see where the ball goes. Just go straight through because there's nothing behind that position. And here comes the off and on. And then, unfortunately, the mechanical misplay doesn't allow the save. In all honesty, I don't think there would have been a save there. So what we're seeing a lot of the time is the same things as before. We're taking ourselves off those fundamental positions. Good, now we got vision. But so that's a misplay there, a mechanical misplay. But that's because we're all in. Needed to jump there. So Bin Salem. I mean, this was risky from Bin because if he hits that, it's a goal. This is the craziest part about that. That's what is the most upsetting thing here. If Saddam hits this, it's probably a goal because Bin's just diving in there and he would have hit over the top. You know, it's almost the case of two wrongs don't always make a right, but they do in Grand Champ. You know what I'm saying? They do in Grand Champ. This might go straight to net here. Yes, it does. See, that's the move that I spoke about before. This is why if you see someone come in, this is why it's always good to get behind the ball. If you see him come in, you can lift it over the top of them. And then you could get that on net. Looking for the come to daddy. Oh, nice bump. I like it a lot. And there's the turbo flick. Right, so let's break this down from Bin's perspective. Well, I mean, here's the first mistake. And this is what creates everything. Way too close. And you notice it's not even a fake. Look at this. It's not even a fake. It's just driving at the ball. It just sort of stops. It's not even a fake. So now we're on the back foot. Well, the first mistake was that. You know, if you're going to be there, you've got to jump and go for a block. Because you're too far in then. You're too far in. I mean, you can't fake it, so you have to go for it. Magically, they missed. Get that. Now, always expect the bump here. Always expect the bump here. Okay? Grab this boost. Once you see them like this, you don't always have to go for the ball. This is a big misconception. People think, well, if they're going this way, I'll dodge it and go over the top. And it makes perfect sense when you think about it, right? They come in this way. I'm going to get above them, right over the top of them, and I'm going to have control of the ball, and they're going to end up all the way over here. What if they don't? What if they hit you? But then it's a bad time. So instead, once you grab that boost and you see someone coming for you, you come across here, and you see the threat is supersonic here. You know what they're going to do. So grab the boost, okay? You're both supersonic. Grab the boost and turn this way. Because they won't expect it. Alright, you can grab the boost, you can turn this way, and they'll go like, and they'll probably miss their opportunity. So there's a lot of things you can do. Or you can turn up the wall and instantly snake out and wrap around this way. So just be a little bit more cautious of demos, and you don't always have to go straight up, because actually I use this move a lot. Because people just go straight up. So you just aim your car upwards, you're going to have a collision with them. Alright? And of course, because of what they've done to the game, there wasn't a demo here. Should there have been a demo? Yeah, I mean, there should have been a demo. So people can sit there, they can say what they like about this. This doesn't make sense to me. It'll never make sense to me. Saddam's supersonic, and he cracks Bin Salem. And people say, yeah, demos are great. Demos make sense. That don't make sense to me, because you hit the corner. Go out on the road right now and have someone smash into the corner of your car. I'm pretty sure it'll damage it quite a lot. So, don't understand that in the slightest. Doesn't make any sense. But there you go. That's what led to the goal there. It all started from overcommits. We're seeing a lot of that. Those overcommits, those pushing forward too much, grabbing boost in the corner. Not staying disciplined. Not staying goal side. Again, right? So he's a bit overcommitted, you could say. And now we can go straight back in. But we don't know. For all we know, Bin Saddam could have done a really powerful musty from there and got it straight on target. Do you know what I'm saying? Always expect the worst. Great shot. Good shadow defending. He actually did a good job of shadow defending here. Oh man, I mean, I think if that was on, he might have actually got the save. So this was great positioning here on the inside. Ball side, yeah, had it covered, I feel. And never mechanical misplay. A lot of mechanical misplays coming from Saddam. His ping's okay. And I think that's just because he's trying to rush it here. Probably could have just took a little bit longer there. Maybe not rushed it. And again, did he get outplayed or did he outplay himself? Outplayed himself. Outplayed himself. Good stuff from Bin Saddam to put the shot on, but sometimes you just got to take your time out. And the reason we're seeing a lot of these misses and a lot of these outplays is because there's not a lot of possession or holding going on. There's just moving of the ball. But when there is possession or holding, we're actually seeing goals. See? So there's possession or holding, held to possession, ends in a goal. So when we're seeing that, we're seeing goals. So I think, well, why don't we see more of it? Let's have a look at this one. Another kick-off goal. And this is what happens in 1v1. It is a lot of kick-offs. But we chose this replay. Great shot. Not much you can do. To be honest, sometimes you have to just say there's not much you can do. Good kick-off. Waved. Okay. There was something you could have done here. Brilliant kick-off on the wave dash. Boom. You've wave dashed perfectly. You've got your momentum. Now cut straight. Look. Just go here. I changed the colour for that, but just go here, please. Please go there. We see the opponent in front of us. They are closer to where we're going, and they're going to go for the same goal. So why would we even attempt to beat them on this? Why do we even attempt it? I mean, just flipped off. I mean, you did get there faster. But what if they just speed flipped? Do you know what I mean? And look, the boost didn't actually give you anything. You rush to the boost, give away your positioning, and there's the goal. Stay on the inside. People can shoot goals now. You gotta stay ball side. It's like the oldest thing, but you gotta do it. Right, we're gonna watch this from Bin Saddam's perspective because they're the one getting scored on here. Well, they're staying close here. That's good control to take it back. They've missed the boost. They go back for the boost and they half flip. So that happens. Already I can see a mistake here. So good stuff from them. They realise I've missed the boost. I'm going to get the boost, but I'm going to half flip back. What's the mistake they've made? I can already spot it. I can probably tell you what's going to happen on this play. Because their nose is facing this way. That's not a shadow in position. It's also not a facing out position because our nose would need to face this way. Realistically though, what we want is our nose to face this way. It allows recovery. So by the position of Saddam, he's probably either going to crack this way or just dribble this way and go around the back of him. And this player's going to probably try and turn this way or mess up a half flip. It would be best to just turn in field, but it might already be too late. Let's have a look what happens. Oops. Alright, that was the absolute that didn't even come to my mind because that's the absolute worst decision you can make. Never stop your momentum. Never stop your momentum. Look how easy that is, right? This was fine. Good back flip, half flip. But then they put their nose in and just stopped their car. That's so okay, you could say it's a slip, but if it is a slip, don't stop your car. Turn from here. You've landed your oh no. Boom. Bam. Do you know what I'm saying? Protect the goal. This is not protecting like there's not only you gotta protect the goal, you gotta protect like a move ahead. So this is fine. This is fine. It's a shame about the boost missed. Half flip, that was fine until they did that little turn at the end there. That might be because they just landed off. Let's actually look at this in a second. Here we go. They might have landed on one of the sides. earlier than the other. Yeah. So the right-hand side of their wheels hit the ground first. That's what's actually span them out, unfortunately. But then from there, you've got to make a decision. You've got to make a decision. You either drive infield and go around back onto an inside-out shadow, or you half flip again, which is what you could do if you had real good mechanics. You could do a quarter half flip, I think people call it, whereas actually where you'd half flip from here into this direction, so your nose would face this way. That would be if you were mechanically blessed enough, and that would be done by doing diagonal left down into a cancellation. That would give you that line on the backflip. Otherwise, just drive around here, or just do a normal half flip and drive that way. Personally, I would have just drove around here. It's the least mechanical thing to do, the easiest thing to do. Yeah. And that's what causes the goal there. Such a close game. I mean, this has been goal for goal. It's been fantastic to watch this. Oh, no. You can just see again. That's what's done it again. Not keeping momentum. Keep your momentum. Okay, good stop there. But why are we reversing now? We were driving forward a second ago. Look, we're driving forward. So we could turn. We could power slide and keep that forward momentum right here. Ready? Boom. Keep that forward momentum. Turn, boost, power slide, flip. Try something. But it was a good idea. It was a good idea on doing a delayed kickoff. But it was the misread here that did it. If you actually look, and we covered this before. Right, thing is trying to read the player. And this is always tricky. This is what a lot of people are getting good at now in these kickoffs. But if we slow it down, I mean, it's even a bad kickoff. It's actually a bad kickoff from Saddam, who hits the ball. If they would have gone for a normal kickoff in the middle, they would have won this kickoff. But they try here to guess the side. And that's the problem. Where if they would have just stayed, let's just make a dot right where they finish. Right there, let's just make a dot. If they would have just stayed here, right, that's their hitbox, would the ball have came into contact with them? I don't know. We're just going to find out just as an interesting point. Yes, it would have. So why are we waiting in that position for? What's the point of waiting to hit the ball into... So if we're waiting in that position for a fake, why are we reacting to it? Do you see what I'm saying? Because we're not covering anything when we move to the side. Now we're not goal side. We're not goal side. Should have just stayed there. But brilliant stuff nonetheless. And there's actually something else that happens here after this kickoff. Oh my god. Let's see. 8 seconds. Can they do anything? 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Oh, they look a bit befuddled here. Oh, they can't get it to happen. GG. Well, brilliant stuff. Really good stuff. Great high scoring game. Thank you very much for that, guys. In Salem and Saddam, there wasn't really a whole lot. I mean, there was a lot going on, but you can just see it all comes from mistakes. There was that one good flip reset goal, but a lot of it came from defensive positioning again, isn't it? So don't overcommit. Don't kill your momentum and just sit there. We saw 2 or 3 goals from that alone. We saw about 4 goals from just overcommitting into the corner. Obviously, yeah, we got the kickoff goals. But the big thing, guys, the big thing is stay goal side. Stay goal side. It's always try and get to goal side. Unless you're in a real low boost situation, in a low momentum situation, you're trying to win a 50, you can come off goal side because you can so what I mean is, let's say you've both got no boost. You know your opponent's got no boost. The ball is here. Now, this is a situation. Let's say they are let's say they're here. Alright. And they're coming to dive in the ball. But they got no boost, by the way. They've just done a wave dash into a front flip. These are the situations where you don't have to be ball. Because if I'm goal side here, I'm actually going to sit here. Well, the problem with me sitting here is I'm going to lose this 50 because the biggest area of open space on a connection. So if you look, my connection will be here. And their connection will be, say, here. The biggest area of open space with momentum could... Well, really it's there, but well, it is actually here. But the thing is, because I'm going to do a single jump, they might go through me and it might ping off there. So there's always different factors to take into consideration for a 50. It's not always exactly like that, depending on the situation. But let's just say I'm going to do a single jump. I'm going to lose this and they might be able to keep momentum and get a goal. This is a situation where you can say, well, actually, We're both low on boost. It's a low boost situation. I'm going to change my hitbox. I'm not going to be goal side. I'm going to come here and I'm going to just single jump. And I'm just going to block it in a more favorable position where even if they do flip through and have more momentum, I should still win this one because I'm blocking the majority of their exit plan. But this is not a situation you'd want to be in if they've got 100 boost and you don't have good possession of the ball or the ball slightly ahead, because if they come in and hit this, it can fly straight to your net. So that's what I'm saying. So generally you do want to be ball side, but there are individual situations where you don't have to be to win 50-50s. I mean, that's something that will come with time, but it's mainly that. It's to do with the momentum of the game. If the momentum's fast, you have to respect everything a bit more because you have to know that it's more volatile and it can go straight to your net. If it's slower, people don't have boost, you don't have to be as respectful. You can put the pressure on and try and work in that little mini game of just beating them out individually and an outplay that may not be perfect overall, if that makes sense. So thank you again, Bin Salem and Saddam Jabori, for the brilliant games. I do appreciate that. Again, that was off ballchasing.com, so big shout out to them, and hopefully that helps, guys. Hopefully that helps. And we've got the 2v2 replay coming up, and then we have the blueprint to get to Grand Champ. Do really appreciate it, everybody. Thank you for the support. Look after yourselves, have a nice life, and peace out. Peace.